medawase na mabo mabaso.
Okay.
Nsem-Pii TV mosomo ye mafamu de boa media space no ene nsemu a ebinum ante eche na mo de call YouTube.
Nsem-Pii TV nie
Yɛfɛ ne kyɛm ɛwɔ NDC aso yɛtie for breaking news about beto na so no leak audio na a free NDC aso aba papa your friends Joshua Alabi oye campaign manager edema John Dramani Mahama ya odi John Mahama eba nkunimdi mu no one Nsem-Pii kodi nkomo na Nsem-Pii busa ne se anya bia papa abato ye amowi ne yi ekwan be se ne kwan be so na mo fa so mo we ne ene etivo so obi nim de be si Joshua Alabi so said you ensema Joshua Alabi kan yenguti nsema no Joshua editudwa na ochire mu ha wa NDC strategically pa krono ni nemo moje ya omutim de we ni abawe no yiti de koso.
We call it the multi-system strategy. Okay. You see, when we lost the 2020 election, we realized that 2024 will be a done deal for us. Because with all what they did, suppress voter registration, pump a lot of money into the system, we put them from 169 to 137, right? And we reduced the gap. You follow? So it was clear that with all what they did, we can bring them down. We even believe we won, but the court said no. So we have to look at the new strategy. So we did branch audits, especially in Ashanti District. Because in 2020, we had some polling stations where we had 9 branches, 9 executives, but we scored 0 there. So it meant that they were not our people. So we did branch audits. For example, I went to Muslim from every polling station. I went to Kwabri East, every polling station. I went to Sobin, every polling station. Other colleagues did the same. Then we got to know the nature. After that, we divided Ashanti region into 5 regions. Yeah, 5. 47 constituencies, 5 regions, giving respect to every region as a full region. And attention. You follow? Then after that, we spread out. The flag bearer took his team. The running mate took a team. The national chairman took a team. Then all these were supported by the national youth organizer and a team, the national organizer and a team, and with other small teams. So we spread out. In fact, we didn't allow them breathing space. So we are not surprised at the result. We worked for it, and we have it.
If anybody tells you said John Mahama will be president from 7th of January, and that is going to be one of the perfect governments in the history of Ghana, he's lying to you. John Mahama is going to have his low point. It's a fact. He's going to lead 33 million very difficult people, Ghanaians, and he needs to understand that he cannot please everyone. He is going to try, and at least majority of the grievances of the people are met. He's going to try and do that. But we should understand that John Mahama cannot fulfill everything. John Mahama can't stabilize your country for you. He can bring some decency back into your country.
It is possible. Better more say. We dear na mengen se mo bebasa domno doso nyame hira mo nyina ni no any chairperson Julie ene mo mo ka ho nyina we dear mo ahye me kura ye koto aba se de ye nyina na ye hwe se ebe ye no amba sa na enenti ena ye gitu mu se wo hwe aba no a President Mahama ni NDC no mu wini ye but said me kan ye no we interest is over battle ye lose battle but war no de ye nyen lose ye enti me pese me hyemu nyina kura de a e wo no se de mu amu hu no election yen na yedema NDC enye omo na omo wi ni omo numbers no ansesa from 2020 yen yede no above by 40%. Enti analysis no simple. Enti ade a mepese ye nyina ye hu say united we stand, divided we fall.
President Kufuor eja project be Kumasi to fix the inner ring road of Kumasi. Be mfe wotwe a NDC buy no. Oma anshada anko ho. Can you give us an assurance say uba and our bay aye kwenwe uba fix the inner ring road na. Amaso yasanko biem bisambisa same thing. Amaso yasanko biem bisambisa the same thing. Amaso say and one of them some interchange yeah in fact you share inner ring road no ankasa sofa line bridge no during Professor Mills time and we hear bridge ankasa but from the bridge sofa line ankasa ekwakwose aboka no they didn't touch it nti eno ekahosa so I was and before you can be brave, mantam baby, wow, now I say, hey, can we, but what we do, you don't touch the inner ring road now. You don't even see the beauty of Kumasi. Yeah. And other way, my car, was here, main casa fanchira crime menu. Main casa bookroom crime menu. But near Ebema Kumasi image, I left it and then say, over tackle the inner ring road. Inner ring road. President Kufuor. I'm not going to Saturday for the roundabout too. I'm not going to say, never for the roundabout. And to ho, when you say more, yeah, interchange, but I'm not going to say, yeah, no, for the roundabout. Oh, Jacobo for the Saturday, my exactly. Anna, Sarah about it, President Kufuor, a true, sir. So carpenters for now war and audio will call so ban. Yeah. Now you don't call so one Saturn now. Oh, will be a squat interchange a squat interchange also near for timber gardens. And in that timber gardens on a year interchange back war. Now like also ya interchange or until say two or when I call. Ya squadeno. I will not dancing then. Yanye airport roundabout. Yanye swami. I feel near Kunkonso. So full lie. And also yeah, Santas roundabout, yenye, a hundred roundabout, yenye. Oh, yetiana we be catch back reference. Over that, no. Amakwanta. Ebeka say, omo ye 5 in the G's. In fact, the last time that I talked to Honorable Francis Asansubachi, I feel now because oh, nani ebeko pa. So when you delay project like that, it affects you. It affects you. For 8 years, anytime you're Malaysia president, make out the inner ring road, inner ring road.
And the legend, so more ring roads, New Year, I see the back to come and roundabout.
MPP headquarters, here, say Dennis Miracles Abwaje, Okasadima Dr. Baumia campaign on Nsem-Pii for Kasayan Corner for Yanko Family.
Information and disinformation that our obvious losing opposition party is churning out. We are more than halfway through the process, and so far the turnout is very, very, very encouraging. And we're urging everybody that is yet to cast their vote to start moving towards your polling station and cast your vote. So far, the process has been extremely peaceful. It's been very smooth and fluid, and we commend the Electoral Commission and the security services for a very good work done so far. And clearly, we can all attest to the progress we are making in our electoral processes in this country. You can also realize that by virtue of the reduction of the sizes or the number of people who vote in a particular polling station, it drastically reduced the queues that we are usually accustomed with in previous elections. And that's something that we also commend the Electoral Commission for. We also see the swiftness with which the security services, the Ghana Police Service, is handling issues as they come up on a minute or per the hour. It is important for us to note that in spite of all of these things, we have experienced some delays in other police stations, but I'm very sure the Electoral Commission would have a strategy in place to ensure that everybody in the queue gets to vote. And so we are encouraging our fellow citizens to move towards your polling station and get in the queue and exercise your rights. This comes but every 4 years, and you do not want to miss this. In spite of the smoothness of the process and the obvious acknowledgement by all of us that the process since morning has been very, very peaceful, we've had some few pockets of issues that we believe that we would have to highlight. We need to do these things in order to ensure that we grow as a country and to also get it to serve as a deterrent to other people who may want to engage in these things. So this morning, we had an incident in Kintampo South where an electoral officer deliberately, in giving the ballot papers out, was tearing off the face and the column that has Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. And so obviously what it means is that when the voter receives the ballot paper and goes to the voting booth, there will be no Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia for the voter to even cast their vote. And this electoral officer actually issued out 15 of such ballot papers. Thankfully, due to the vigilance of our party agents and our party people in the polling station, we're able to identify this, and as we speak, the Ghana Police Service has caused the arrest of this electoral officer, and investigations are underway. And so I'm sure you can see these ballot papers on the screen. And so what you are seeing on the screen right now is ballot booklets of close to about 15 ballot papers that have been issued. And as you can see on the screen, these ballot papers that have been issued do not have the image of Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia because they all remained in the booklet. This is a very, very worrying situation. It's a very sad situation, and it's something that we need to condemn, and condemn without any reservation, and encourage our party people, our security people, and electoral officers in the polling stations to remain vigilant to ensure that such miscreants who are doing these things for the NDC do not have their way around this particular election. The gentleman involved in this is called Joseph Derry. And as we speak, in fact, the Electoral Commission has also issued a statement. I'm sure we'll pull up the statement as well. The Electoral Commission has also issued a statement and indicated that they're also going to ensure the necessary sanctions are issued. So please, let us all eschew from such unnecessary and evil actions that cause serious dents on our electoral processes. It is quite worrying that even in 2024, we still have the NDC trying to pursue such crude ways of manipulating our elections. And the MPP is calling for Joseph Derry's prosecution, immediate prosecution, because whatever he's done clearly was a deliberate attempt to disenfranchise the Ghanaian people and the Ghanaian voter and to deny them their fundamental human rights to vote. And this is to let every single individual that has also been engaged in one way or the other by the NDC to perpetrate such actions to note that we are going to find you out. We have a robust system in place in every polling station, and no matter the machinations and mechanisms you attempt to do with the NDC, we are going to find you out. And if we find you out, unfortunately for you, just as Mr. Joseph Derry, I'm sure we'll pull out his picture on the screens. Just now, Mr. Joseph Derry is on the screens right now, and he's going to suffer the consequences alone. If the NDC manages to lure you like they have done with Joseph Derry, you are going to be alone, and the NDC is not going to be there with you. And so we must all be cautious as we go about our duties today. In another worrying situation, Mr. Charles Foku, the son of the NDC youth organizer for the Echima Kwawoma constituency. His name is Charles Foku. He is the son of the NDC youth organizer for the Echima Kwawoma constituency. He had in his possession 76 printed ballot papers, already printed in favor of the former president, Mahama, and all he did was to try and stuff the ballot box with these illegal ballot papers. But like I keep saying, we have a very robust system in place in every polling station. And again, Mr. Charles Foku was caught and arrested. And as we speak, he is in the custody of police. We have a video of the incidents. It's been widely reported by the media. But I think it's important that we make the point again that why would, and please play the video for me, why would organizer of the Echima Kwawoma constituency, the NDC youth organizer, encourage and hand over to his own son, his own son, hand over ballot papers to him to go to the polling station to go and cast his vote and dumping these foreign materials into the ballot box. It tells you the mindset and the thinking that the NDC have in these elections. They know they have lost. They know there is no way the good people of this country are going to go into the box and vote for them. And so they are resorting to these illegalities and crude means to manipulate our elections. But that is going to be extremely difficult for them because the Electoral Commission is vigilant, the security services is vigilant, and our ever hard-working party people in each of the 40,000 polling stations are vigilant and are high alert. And so you can see the police causing the arrest of the son of the NDC youth organizer for the Echima constituency, Echima Kwawoma constituency. These examples, these critical examples, and it's important that I make the point that you'd realize the NPP is not churning out misinformation and disinformation. What we are doing is to highlight specific issues that have gone on, that have already been actioned by the police and the Electoral Commission, to ensure that we encourage every Ghanaian to also be on the lookout and be on the watch in preventing such things to happen. And these few examples clearly is I believe that the NDC is engaged in a deliberate attempt to disenfranchise the Ghanaian people after they have realized they have lost the elections. And of course, clearly, with the numerous arrests that is going on, it's clear that they are failing at their strategy and they are failing woefully. And so if you're an NDC agent, you're an NDC officer, you're an NDC friend that has been engaged by them to execute any other activity from this moment to the next few hours before the election ends, please be reminded that you are going to be arrested, you are going to be caught, and when you are arrested, you are going to be alone. And so you would advise yourself and ensure that you do not engage in whatever it is that they have actually tasked you to do. The EC officials have done tremendously well, except for the few accomplices of the NDC within the EC. But the good news is that even for those EC officials, you have the Electoral Commission swiftly taking action and dealing with them. And we commend the security services also for the good work they have done so far. Be rest assured, we have a very robust system in place that will not allow such manipulations to succeed. In that vein, we restate our call to the Ghana Police Service to give us the status of each of the single arrests they have made for each of these criminalities that the NDC have been doing since the last 3-4 days and today. We need to bring these things to the attention of the Ghanaian people, give us a status report, and we need to get any other person to note to get to know what has happened to these criminals, so that when they are also thinking and planning to do same with the NDC, they will be cautious. To our very good Ghanaian people, be rest assured that we are going to increase the vigilance at the polling stations, and we call on all of you to join us in this endeavor. We believe that Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia is winning these elections and winning it in a very big way. And that is why we want these elections to be free and fair. It is our elections that we are winning, and we do not want the elections to be disrupted. We are committed to a peaceful process, we are committed to a transparent process, and we are calling on every Ghanaian out there to join us in this cause to ensure that your vote would count, and that at the end of the day, we will not be having an illegal president, but we'll be having a president that has been voted for by the Ghanaian people.